Hey everybody and welcome to the channel, your go-to place for anything related to NXT and TNA. And did you guys know that TNA Emergence is on a Friday? That's kind of weird, no? Because what major company chooses to have their pay-per-view on a Friday? I know the WWE had some weird pay-per-view dates, but that was because they were either Saudi shows or international shows, or day one. But I can't remember any major company choosing to have it on a Friday. I don't even want to watch it Friday. I want to watch Bash in Berlin, the SmackDown before Bash in Berlin. So it's kind of weird, but I'm going to cover it regardless because that's my job. But we're not here to talk about Emergence right now. We're here to talk about TNA. And tonight's episode was pretty good. Had a few flaws, but it was in general very good. Very wrestling based, but I enjoyed that. That's not what they typically do. So let's see what happened. So tonight's show opened with the X Division Championship being defended, Mike Bailey going up against Rich Swann, and did you guys know Mike Bailey is older than both Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland? That's weird to me because he's being presented as this up and coming star in TNA, so him being that old, it's kind of weird. It's like Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley doesn't seem 38. Jon Moxley seems a bit older than that. So it's like kind of the reverse of that, but that's just my opinion. Regardless, this match was very solid. Your typical X Division match, high flying, fast paced action, clash of styles. Top Dollar was in commentary. He tried to interfere, but that didn't work in their favor. It ultimately cost Rich Swann the match. Speedball Mike Bailey retains. Pretty obvious outcome, but a good outcome. Every time I watch Mike Bailey, it's kind of weird to me how he doesn't wrestle with any shoes on. Matt Riddle too, because sometimes if I stub my toe, like I want to lay on the floor crying, but they go out there and wrestle, like those bumps they take, sometimes your toes like have to crash into the floor hard. How does that not hurt? That's just, nah, I can't ever do that, man. We followed that up with Brian Myers taking on Joe Hendry, and I have to nitpick this a bit. There was a lot of ad breaks in this match, but why would you ever choose to have a match finish in picture? Personally, I never watch it. Either if I watch the show live, that's when I go and refill my drinks, get something to eat, or if I'm watching it after the time like I did here, I just skip past the picture. So I skip past and Santana comes out and a match starts between him and Eddie Edwards. So I go back and I look and Joe Hendry defeats Brian Myers in picture. Seriously, what happened there? I don't get it. You can't let something like that happen. Like, that took my enjoyment out of the match completely. I didn't enjoy that at all. Like, I can't tell you anything that happened in that match. Like, no, that was bad. Don't let it happen again. But luckily, I quickly forgot about that because Mike Santana versus Eddie Edwards was an absolute banger. Like, they went out there and they just put a banger out in free TV, something nobody would have expected from these two guys. Now, don't get me wrong, I always knew Eddie Edwards had this in him. He was once upon a time my favorite. His matches with Bobby Lashley back in the day, they were top class. And the guy is a Grand Slam champion in TNA. He deserves his respect. He's probably going to go in their Hall of Fame one day. But I didn't expect Mike Santana to be able to put on such a good match. Because I remember him being a great tag team wrestler. I didn't know he's this type of wrestler. So that was something for me. We then skip backstage to Matt Cardona saying he's still not medically cleared. He won't be fighting PCO at Emergence. And Santino, he comes out, he scolds him. But Matt Cardona says he's gonna have someone fight in his behalf. I don't care. I really don't. Because last time he had some guests come in, it was Connor and Madman Fulton. And that was very anticlimactic. So my expectations for this is very, very low. They're probably gonna have it be very anticlimactic. My first thought is like Bobby Lashley. That would be really cool, big free agent, but let's be honest, that's not gonna be it. Maybe someone from WWE, maybe like an Omos or like another giant in NXT. But I don't know, I'm not gonna have my expectations for this very high because PCO will probably win anyway. So I really have no idea who this can be, but my expectations for it isn't high at all and neither should yours be. Hammerstone and Eric Young have their match. Steve Macklin is on commentary. I wouldn't have minded this match if it hadn't already happened as a throw-in match on their pre-show. So yeah, it was a rematch. There wasn't a big feud going on between these guys, but it was fine. It got both these guys on the card. I'm glad Hammerstone is getting that push. And Eric Young was outside of the ring. He tried to talk to Steve Macklin. They trash talked a bit. This cost him the match. Hammerstone wins. Very good decision. Can we put the belt on Hammerstone now, the X Division Championship at Emergence? I think that would be a very good decision because, like I said before, he has star written all over him, and we should mold him into the future of TNA. I'm also going to pair this thing about Eric Young I want to talk about with the next part, because tag team wrestling in general right now is very dead. No company has a very strong tag division, but I think TNA could start building something, because Eric Young isn't doing anything important right now. And you already have Madman Fulton on your roster. Why can't we go get Alexander Wolf or Big Damo, both of them are free agents, and bring them in and reform Sanity? Like, you already have this relationship with WWE. I'm sure they will not mind borrowing you that name. So then it can be Eric Young, Big Damo, Madman Fulton, Alexander Wolf, and you can add any women's wrestler in there that would automatically elevate them a lot, and they can like be this big thing in your tag team division. Isn't that like a kind of good idea? And on to the next part. Jake Something and Cody Deaner team up once again to face ABC. They ultimately lost, but I don't mind this too much. Both Cody Deaner and Jake Something have lost all their steam and all their momentum, and they're not doing anything right now. So pairing them up and putting them in a tag team division, it works fine for me, and maybe they can do something together. I'm actually excited to see where this is going. It could lead to something cool, but like I said, they lost to ABC. They weren't gonna win this. And First Class attacked them after the match, the tag team champions that is. I'm kinda down for this. First Class versus ABC seems like a pretty huge match. It's not gonna happen at Emergence, or it definitely shouldn't. It shouldn't be a late addition to the card. We should build this feud up. But I'm excited for this. I think this could be something good and could really help elevate this tag team division if they also add some extra pieces around the division. And okay, now it was the main event match. Jordynne Grace versus Ash by Elegance in a match by Elegance, which was just a hardcore falls count anywhere match, just gimmicked for Ash by Elegance. But this was also a absolute banger. Tonight's TNA was filled with bangers, like seriously, and we had a lot of cool spots in and a lot of interference. But I want to make a quick note about Jordynne Grace's personal connoisseur. He was on commentary for a bit. I kinda like the guy. I'm not a big fan of TNA's commentary team. I think it could use a lot of improvement. But that guy, he has a pretty cool voice for commentary, and he could be a really good heel commentator. So, like, can we try and put him on commentary a bit more? See if that works. But he tried to interfere during the match, and then Rosemary came out, and she chased him away. Militia also came out during the match. They tried to attack Jordynne Grace, but Spitfire came out and saved them. And then this all equaled it out to a fair match. Honestly, I'm not excited for that 6-woman tag team match at Emergence. We could have really put this match, as it happened here tonight, on that card instead of that 6-woman tag team match, and it would have been much better. So I think you could have replaced it to just swap the matches. It would have been a much better outcome. Regardless, there were lots of cool moments. Jordynne Grace set up a table, then Ash by Elegance's personal connoisseur sprayed her in the face, and then they tried to put a tablecloth over the table, but they couldn't get it right. It wasn't intentional at all. It was definitely a botch, but it was very funny and kind of felt in character. I laughed at that moment. But later on in the match, Jordynne Grace muscle busters Ash by Elegance through that table. That was a really insane spot. I got a big pop out of me. But she pins Ash, retains the Knockouts Championship, and now I think there aren't any challenges left for her. So what's next for her? Because this was a good match, a good way to end the feud. But like, yeah, who's next? Are you gonna get someone from NXT to feud with her? You're gonna sign someone? Because right now, there's nobody. She's gone through everybody on the roster. And then the show ended in the most weirdest way possible. A backstage sit-down interview with Nick Nemeth and Josh Alexander. I don't know why they chose to do this. This was very weird for me, because it was just quiet all around, and just the two of them sitting having this interview with Matthew Rehwoldt in the back. I didn't like this at all. At the very least, you should have put this in the ring or have it before the main event, because it was a good 10 to 15 minutes of total background silence and just them talking. Kinda got bored of it very quickly actually. Should just put that in the ring or not have it at all. But yeah, the show just ended with Josh Alexander walking away and Nick Nemeth standing quietly there. was very weird, very weird. I didn't like this. Now, like I do at the end of all of my videos, I give the show a rating out of 10. Tonight was a very good show, very solid. I can give it a 9 out of 10. The whole thing with Joe Hendry and that picture-in-picture fiasco brought it down for me, and also the way the show ended. I think if you fix the Joe Hendry thing and you put this segment in the main event some other place, the show was a 10 because it was really good. I would highly suggest watching it. A very good show. Got me very hyped for Emergence. But now I did mention Emergence, and I need to end this video now because Emergence is happening at like 1 a.m. in the morning in my country. So I need to enjoy my day today, get some sunlight in, get some exercise in, so I can go to sleep early tonight, wake up, watch Emergence for you guys to review it, and just discuss what happened with the show. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I love all of you guys that watch my videos. It means a lot to me. To every person that likes, comments, even all my subscribers, I love you all. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate your support. Let's get this channel to 100 subscribers. Thank you for watching. Much love. I hope you enjoy your day.